Hey everyone, how you doing? Today we're going to be learning how to do AR verbs in the preterite tense. Okay, in Spanish we call that el pretérito. Okay, and pretérito is a fancy word that means past. Right, past. So this is interesting because now you guys get to talk about not what you're doing right now, but what you did before. So I'm not asking you what are you doing. Yo como, yo hablo, yo monto en bicicleta. You're saying what you did. It's a much more interesting conversation because people can actually ask it, hey, what did you do this last weekend? Oh, I went to the movies. I saw this movie. I talked with my friends. We went out. So it's a much more interesting conversation because they can talk about what you actually really did instead of what you're doing right now. And like I said, we're only starting with the AR verbs, okay? AR verbs. So any verb that ends with an AR. So like the verb hablar, which means to talk. All right? Or the verb cantar. Alrighty? Or bailar. Alright? Or the verb sacar, even though that's special. Even though sacar is special in the yo form. Okay? And I almost gave that hint away. Or the verb estudiar. Okay? Or the verb enseñar, which is to teach. All these AR verbs have the same ending. Alrighty? And it's interesting because almost all verbs in Spanish, 70%, are AR verbs. Okay? So we're going to start off with the first verb, like I said, hablar, which means to talk. Alright? So in English, it doesn't make a difference if you say I talk, you talk, or I talked, you talked, we talked, they talked. Because you don't really change anything besides saying I, you, we, they. Right? But in Spanish, you actually have to change the person, the whole verb. So you have the singular side and you have the plural side. And you have what's called the first person, second person, and third person, which again, we're talking about person point of view. So again, the first thing you do is you take out the last two letters. And then the leftover part, H-A-B-L, that's your stem. You write that down 6 times. H-A-B-L, 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 H-A-B-L. Thought I'd change it up a little bit. H-A-B-L. Alrighty? And from there, what you do is you add on the new ending. So for the yo, it's hablé. Okay? Tú hablaste. Él y usted habló. Nosotros hablamos. Vosotros hablasteis. And ellos hablaron. And it's interesting to note that this one right here, okay, is special because this one is the one that's used in Spain, okay? Most other countries don't use the vosotros form, or if not, they have some kind of variation, but hablasteis is straight from Spain, alrighty? So it's interesting to note that, not important on the test, but it's important to know how they conjugate it. The only difference between this verb and this verb is the fact that we added the word is. So hablaste, hablasteis, okay? All right, we're an example. So we're going to go with the verb bailar. Bailar means to dance, okay? Bailar means to dance. So what's the first thing we do again? Take out the last two letters. Just get rid of those right there. You have your boxes. You write your stem down 6 times. B-A-I-L, B-A-I-L, okay? Looks like we're making bail. Bad joke. Alright. Alrighty. And then after that, all you do is add your endings. Bailé. Bailaste. Bailó. Bailamos. Bailasteis. Okay. And bailaron. Alrighty. Again, it's important to note the only difference is that is right there. Okay. So let's do that in a sentence then. Okay. If I say yo hablo con mi mamá. In English, that translates to I speak with my mother. So if I say the verb yo hablo con mamá, means I speak with my mom. That's in the present tense, right? The present. It's reading right now. Hey, what are you doing? Yo hablo con mi mamá. I talk with my mother, which is a boring sentence. But if I say, hey, what did you do yesterday? And you said, yo hablé, right? Con mi mamá. Now you can say, this is what I did yesterday. I spoke with my mom. Alrighty? Yo hablé con mi mamá. The only difference here is the fact that I changed this O into an E. But that changes the whole dynamic of the sentence to make it into preterite tense. So, for example, though, if we say nosotros, which is we, right? Nosotros bailamos, which means to dance, en la fiesta, in the party, right? So nosotros bailamos en la fiesta, I mean we dance in the party. But at the same time, if you look at the preterite tense endings for we, the amos ending is the same ending for the present tense and the preterite tense. So how do you know if it was today or if it was yesterday or last week? We have to put a qualifying word such as ayer. Boom. Now you have the word yesterday. Ayer nosotros bailamos en la fiesta means yesterday we danced in the party. Okay? And in the top one, you could have said hoy, which means today. Hoy nosotros bailamos en la fiesta. Okay, put a comma on that thing. And it's completely same endings, right? But it's two different meanings. This is present, and this one's preterite. Okay, past tense. And that's it. That is about as hard as a preterite tense ending gets. Take off the last two letters, put something back. Okay? Alrighty. Have a good one.